Yo, this nigga taking forever. We gotta shoot, nigga. Hey yo, I'm talking to myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm almost ready.
Motivate,
Get money.
What's up, man? How you doing today?
What up, no?
We finally in the studio. Bro.
We in EB.
We finally in this job.
Yeah.
You mean?
Welcome to, what type time?
Welcome. What type of time are you on?
What type time you on, Steve?
No, I should ask you. I should ask you. What type of time are you on? Because I swore we were supposed to start at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, my fault, bro. The wildest day. It's like every time, do you ever have like a feeling where every time you gotta do something important, life just wanna happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what happened to me today. Ain't gonna lie.
But then again, I feel like that's not like an excuse.
No, definitely.
Like
Excuses are indeed the tool of the incompetent, but
you knew we had to be here at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You knew we had to be here at 8 o'clock.
I'm sorry. I am on the tardiest time ever. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry about that.
30 minutes late.
But with that being said, my name is Alante. What's your name?
My name is Kasim.
Word.
My name is Kasim. So, bro,
nice to meet you, brother.
I'm gonna ask you, how you feeling today? Like, what's going on? Like, how you feeling mentally?
How I'm feeling?
How was your day? Yeah, how was your day?
Oh, mentally,
I mean,
dog.
you came late, you know what I mean?
Nah,
I'm still grilling you.
It's a wild time.
About it.
It is a wild time indeed, mentally, inside of my head. But no, we're actually good. I did some laundry today, so shout out. That's always a first step,
Yes, sir.
It's always the first step to like getting your life together.
Yeah.
Mentally though, it's insane, bro. I'm noticing a lot about myself, and I am definitely on the road to recovery as far as like, doing some work. We all got work to do.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
I got some work to do. Do you got some work to do?
I got a whole lot of work to do.
We got a lot of work to do.
I'm a busy guy.
Yeah, you know.
You know what I mean?
But mentally, yeah, that's what we are. We on the up and up mentally. We have down days. The fog comes, but the storm never lasts, guys.
Yeah.
And that's what type of time I'm on.
Yes, sir. I think I agree. I can agree with that. Mentally, to be honest, I'm everywhere.
Not everywhere.
I'm everywhere. Like mentally, I'm everywhere. You know what I mean? I got everything down packed. I'm staying focused and everything, but mentally, I'm everywhere. I got a lot going on.
For sure. Okay.
The businesses and stuff like that.
Definitely.
My job, that's still, play a part. Trying to juggle my personal life.
Yeah.
That
whole personal life and like job balance. How is that like working for you?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, I think that your peoples want to know, like, busy ass.
I feel like I handled it well now. Now last year it was a wreck. But I feel like this year, now that I'm like I got a schedule in place. I got like my vision board and all that going on and stuff like that. I think it's like this year is like more clarity to me. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm like
I like it.
I feel like I'm there. So it's not too bad, but I'm still everywhere. I'm still learning a lot. About myself personally.
Definitely, as we all are.
Yeah. So
as we all are.
It's a lot. But
I just noticed today that apparently I suck at communication. Like, who knew? Like, I feel like I talk to a lot of people, but apparently on the intimate scale, I could do better, and that's my work to do for this year. So
right. I could agree with that too. I do suck at communication, but you said that you realized that today. Right?
Today, brother.
So what conversation?
Like the day I had, guys, it's insane. It's insane. Maybe I can ask you guys, some help on this, advice or something. But like, let's talk about relationships.
Why?
Relationships. Yeah, I know that's far.
Why you want to talk about relationships?
It's insane, but it's relevant, and I feel like we need to nurture them, and that's something that I feel like I have to do. That's something I realized I have to do today. And shout out to my partner, my person. They sat me down, and it was very productive. It was a productive conversation. They told me that I need to move different in how I'm moving. I tend to talk a lot when I am not around, like on the phone or FaceTime or in passing or whatever. But when we're in an intimate setting and it's just me and them, it's like I'm in my head or I'm preoccupied with something something else other than the person that's in the room with me. You know what I mean?
So like, you're saying like, you're not giving your full attention to that.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, you're not conscious of it, or I am not conscious of it.
Right.
I'm better off thinking about the person in the room, but I don't know what happens when I'm there. Like consciously, I'm creating a vibe. If you ask me,
Right.
you know what I mean? I'm creating a vibe. Whether that's choosing the right movie to watch, or the book to read, or the activity to be done, because I like to do activities. With my person. Like it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a little thing.
You should do that.
And I feel like actually doing things like with our hands or being physical, that's communicating as well. It doesn't always have to be, I'm talking to you verbally, yada yada. Or am I wrong? I want you guys to tell me, like, what percentage am I supposed to give as far as like communicating? You know what I mean? Is it equal 50-50 physical and verbally, or can I express how I communicate in the way I communicate? You know what I mean? What do you think?
I would say 50-50, because like
50-50?
yeah, I mean like it's a relationship, so communication is big. That's a big component in a relationship. Like you gotta have communication and stuff like that.
For sure.
But what you mean by like 50-50?
Like literally, so communicating is all different. It spans across all different aspects. If you ask me,
Right.
You know what I mean. So I can communicate by, hey, let's go to a movie.
Right.
I pick you up. We jamming to some. The first 15 minutes of the car ride, if it's a long car ride or whatever, we talking, right? But then after a while, I'm gonna want to put some tunes on. You know what I mean? Because I want to experience the same vibes that I like to experience myself with the person in the car. Right. I'm communicating with you in that way. You know what I mean? And then we're going to the movie. I'm communicating with you on experiencing this movie. Like it's okay. So I guess communicating is the wrong word, but we're both experiencing the same thing simultaneously, and we can connect on that after the fact.
Right.
Like the conversations are gonna come. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Just let it come.
let it come.
Yeah, just let
We
it
don't gotta force it.
Let it come.
That's just me.
Right.
That's just me. But I'm also realizing that I can also communicate more. I'm not saying that I'm the right person and that
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
What you think? Like
I mean, like I would say 50-50. To be honest, like this topic just grind my gears.
grind your gears.
Just grind
Damn.
my gears, cause like I'm like you already know.
Yeah.
You already know what type of time I'm on. Like, I ain't on that type of time with the relationships. Like,
Word,
I'm
word.
playing this thing solo dolo at the
No,
moment. You know
I
what I mean?
feel you.
So I don't know, like, but when I was in a relationship, a few years ago, like, I don't really, I think like I could have did better with communication, stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I'm still learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still young. I'm still learning.
Now, man said, I am in the streets. I am outside.
I'm here for it all.
Professionally.
Let me stop. I'm crazy. Yeah, like I don't know, like I don't know.
But that's the type of time I'm on though. You know what I mean? I'm on some trying to build relations.
You're trying to figure that out.
What type of time you on? Like, it's your business relations. How often are you trying to like make a connection with your businesses? You know what I mean?
With my businesses?
Like on some
every day.
Every day?
Every single day.
Is it like on some just online or is it more so person face to face type time?
Nowadays it's like both.
Okay.
But when I first started, I was like more in my shell. I was trying to like go out there and like talk to people like in their face and stuff like that. But now I think it became as a habit to me. Like not a habit, but I became more used to it. Like now I can go out.
You're comfortable.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable.
Okay.
More comfortable. But first I would like hit them up online and stuff like that.
Right.
Do all that. But now I'm like making, showing my face more. I'm talking more on my social media and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm just doing a whole lot more.
Okay. I love it.
Put myself out.
As you should.
So like it would be like a small conversation. Like I'm just talking about it, like saying like what type of time they on. You know what I mean? Like how can we connect? In ways and stuff like that. Definitely. And I feel like personally I could connect with anybody. Like it don't matter like what you got going on, how you got how you got it going on. I feel like I could connect with you.
What can you say to our viewers that like, because in your profession, what you do, you communicate with a lot of people. So, how do you handle a person that's like not really trying to hear what you're trying to say? You know what I mean? Like, what type of time you gotta be on to conquer that type of person? You know what I mean? Like, what's your go-to?
Like that's not like I'm dealing with a difficult person.
Right, difficult people. So we all got difficult people in our life. So you gotta be awake.
Dealing with, I mean, all right, like I'm maturing. I gotta put it out there. I'm 24 years old, so I'm still like maturing, like how to deal with with things and stuff like that. So I would say nowadays, like I don't really let stuff get to me. You know what I mean? Like if it's like something negative or something like that, I will literally brush it off to the side. Like I won't let it get under my skin no more. And I think like, and my mom told me this.
Shout out to mom.
And I'm gonna watch my mouth, but I will kill somebody with kindness.
For sure.
I will kill somebody with kindness.
That is
you know what I mean?
motto.
Like, that is the motto. Like I mean, I will never let you. I will never scoop to your level. I will never let you get under my skin and something like that. But like, I will kill you with kindness. I will never like. I don't know. That's me now though. That's me now.
Oh, that's you now. That's a new casino. Is that 2023 casino or is that just you?
That's
new
2023.
Oh, okay.
That's 2023 me because
new leaf type time.
If you talk about a couple months ago, I was ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. Like, stop playing me. But like, yeah.
I feel that.
Like, I don't know, but I am maturing. Like, I was having a conversation with my mom the other day, and of course I'm not gonna say no names, but my mom like we was like talking about the situation and stuff like that. And she was like telling me like I shouldn't like, cause I'm the type of person to like hold a lot of things in, and like I won't like really like deal with it at the moment. Like I would just like go through it by myself personally, like just like let it eat me up inside until like it go away. You know what I mean? But that's a problem. That's a problem.
A problem.
You know what I mean? So like my mom was like, you can't like let stuff like make you that mad and stuff like that. And like nowadays, I don't even feel like I get mad anymore. I just think I'd be like so disappointed. I just be like so, you know what I mean? I just be like so disappointed.
Yeah.
And when I said that to my mom, she was like, "That's you maturing." And I kind of felt good. I kind of
love
felt
it.
good, like hearing that come from my mom, and she know who I am. Like she raised me, like she know the type of person I can be. So I'm just like, all right, she hearing me. You know what I mean? She's seeing me. So.
And that's the person that know you best at this point. You know what I mean?
So
for her to say that you're maturing, that's a big step.
Yeah,
so,
I felt that. I felt that.
I feel like for me, dealing with difficult people is the most easiest thing, because I don't know, like I'm in like the world of, I've been in the world of retail for a long time, so it's like so easy to talk to people because I've dealt with the worst people.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
So it's been some wild times. I can tell you some crazy stories,
Right.
But with that being said, I learned some stuff, you know what I mean? And it's always with a smile.
Right.
A smile works every time, brother.
Really.
Every time.
Really, yeah.
So learn that. If y'all can conquer that, then y'all can conquer anything.
True.
For sure.
True. I got this quote on my freaking Facebook.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, but I made this quote like 2 years ago. It was something about I can't even think about it right now.
Damn.
I really can't think about it right now. But I just lost my whole train of thought.
Brain fart type time. It's cool. We have those.
I don't like those.
We indeed have those.
But so yeah, let's go to the next thing. We did talk about our job and stuff like that a little bit. But I want to ask you, like, how do you feel about corporate work, like the corporate work, like work lifestyle versus the entrepreneur work lifestyle, like? Because I know that you're an entrepreneur yourself. You got your own stuff going on, and you also work, for a regular job, too. So like, how do you
I feel like that's a fire question. First off, because people kind of downplayed the 9 to 5 or whatever job that you're not the owner of. You know what I mean? They tend to downplay it, but it also teaches you stuff. Like, I'm not saying that you should always work for someone else, but working a 9 to 5 or for a corporation has its perks. I'm not saying it's perks, but it teaches you a lot of things that you need to learn for one day owning your own business. You know what I mean? So I don't downplay it, because I feel like definitely it's essential for someone to grow, because you tend to find stuff about yourself dealing with other people in a professional setting. So you want to be professional, so you know what I mean? Learn that. And then figure out what you learn from there and then apply it to your other job or, your dream, your goal.
Yeah, I felt that.
Same time.
I felt that a lot. feel that a lot. So me personally, I feel like well, of course, everybody hate corporate work and stuff like that. We all hate working for the next person. But me personally, I say all the time, I just always look at it like I'm making the next person rich. You know what I mean? And like that's what get under my skin the most.
Nah, capitalism sucks for sure.
Yeah,
I am not denying that, but my whole thing is like, I don't know.
that's
I can't argue with that John.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but that's why I'm big
I can't
on
argue with
dreams.
that, John.
That's why I'm big on chasing my dreams. Like big on everybody chasing their dreams and stuff like that. Because like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like I so more like personally like believe in entrepreneurship.
Right.
Like, I was growing up around that. That's all my mom like really did all her life.
But also, I thought of a good John. It's like you also need that corporate John to fund.
You need that.
Your
That's
business.
That's your foundation.
You know what I mean?
That's your
So
foundation.
don't quit it just yet.
Don't knock it. Don't knock it.
Don't quit it just yet.
Yeah. That's your foundation. I learned that from the past because I've been trying to do businesses in the past, like because I work with kids. So I work with youth and stuff. Youth and stuff like that. So like I learned my lessons like with like trying to start my business, like trying to rock out and do stuff on my own, like. That job will help you, and I looked at it as like that. I could use that, as my foundation, and just build from there.
For sure.
Never knock the 9 to 5.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
And also it depends on where you're working at. You know, if you're working for somebody meaningful or a company that's meaningful, then rock out. You know what I mean? I'm not dogging it or whatever. But if you're working for a piece of crap company, be out.
Or find something that makes sense to you, like what I mean. That's something that ties in like with your passion, like what you got going on.
Know your worth, brethren.
For sure, brothers and sisters. Know your worth.
Yeah.
But all right, my next question to you is, how do you feel about school?
How do I feel about school?
How do you feel about school?
I always hated it. Nah. School is awesome, but it's not. For me, my perspective of school, I don't know, man. We can go millions of ways with this, but I feel like school is definitely like what we talking about. We talking about university or school?
We talking about school in general. We talking about school, university. We talking about school.
I feel like it's horrible. It's horrible. Like every aspect of it is horrible. That's all I can say.
Why do you feel like it's horrible?
It's so horrible. The school system needs to be changed, and I am the first one to say let's start a petition.
Okay, so to back off what my boy saying, I feel like school is horrible as well because I feel like we're not like we getting taught anything. We're not like we coming out of there like, okay, it ain't it.
Exactly.
That's
what we're coming out like.
You know what I mean?
That's literally how we're coming out like.
Okay, so like I feel like elementary school and stuff like that. Okay, like teach us our ABCs, our 1, 2, 3s, and teach us how to read, how to write and stuff like that because that's what we're gonna need.
Yeah,
but I feel like once we get to like high school and stuff like that, I feel like that's when you should start teaching them about like real life situations, like real life stuff that we want to go through, like finances and stuff like that. Because I was about to curse. Let me watch my mouth. Because people will come out of school and don't know about their finances, don't know about their taxes, don't know about housing and stuff like that. They don't, they basically like they just feed us to the wolves.
In the words of Ye, he says, most black men can't balance a checkbook, but then they hop up on the gram talking about like yo, look how my neck look. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like it's insane, brother.
What type of time?
Learn how to do your taxes and learn your, you know what I mean?
What
numbers.
Type of time you want?
Before you like, I got all the money and
what type of time you want?
You know what I mean? Respectfully.
That's the question. What type of time you want?
What type of time? Just let me know.
What type of time you
Just
want?
let me know.
But that's what they teach us. They teach us to go to school. You know what I mean?
How you feel about like? With that being said, like, do you feel like would you like homeschool your child? Type time?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I would.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Cause you're, you said you were a teacher yourself, kind of, right?
Yeah,
I like that. Okay.
I definitely would do that.
Yeah. But with that being said, you're a teacher, right? So, are you doing the same? Are you practicing what you preach? Are you on that type of time? Or?
Yeah.
All right, we just had to check them, y'all. We just had to check.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Right,
and I'm gonna definitely share my social medias at the end of this. So.
Oh, wait
on that. Wait on that. You can see me in action. For sure. You can give one thing back to the Philly community. What would it be? How would you give back to your community?
One thing back.
Talk to me.
Yo, that's interesting you asked that question. I ain't gonna Because like low key, I've been thinking. You know.
That's my shit right there.
You know, with that being said, though, like it's on some type of time where like I feel like the city of Philadelphia is under a cloud, physically, mentally, spiritually. I feel like we are definitely in a funk. You know, y'all already know what type of time we on as far as a collective, and I feel like we can change that. You know, and I'm trying to change that. Coming to you soon is a conceptual brand by the name of Better Off Thinking, BOT for short. Shout out to the team. We are aiming to change the direction of where the youth is headed. You know, we're changing the direction of the youth mentally, and we want to just create a new perspective on how to deal with society in this city. For real, that's pretty much what the mission is. We're here to like raise up a good generation, and not just the generation that's raising up, but we're also here to just try to give the new perspective to the generation that's already here. My generation, your generation. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not just aim at the youth, but it's about a collective mental brain shift, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I feel like we all need to like think more.
Yeah. I love
respectfully.
That. I love
respectfully,
that.
bro.
Because it's always better off thinking.
It's been better off thinking.
It's always better off thinking.
Yo, I remember I was telling you about it, and then like a week later, he was like, "Yo, I was in a situation, but dang, I thought about your brand. Better off thinking."
Like better off thinking.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, true."
It was like just for example, I was at the gym, and I really did not want to be there, yo. Like I was in there like dreading to do the workouts.
For sure.
But like when I was on the treadmill and stuff like that, so that had me going for
getting in there real quick.
But I was in my head. When you in your head and you got all these negative thoughts and stuff like that, it will really take over. Yeah. So I just really started thinking like, you know what I mean, like why are you here, bro? Like you know what I mean, like what's your mission, like what's your goal?
For
like,
real,
you know what I mean?
bro. Just put yourself back in that mode, right?
Yeah, it just I was cool.
Yeah.
It's always better off thinking.
For sure.
It's always.
I want y'all to remember that. Remember that.
Yes, sir. I like
type
that.
Time. Yeah, like
that, bro.
What type of time you want though?
For me,
what you trying to get back? Or how you trying to get back?
If I would get back to the beginning, well, I am. You know, this is definitely a plan. Plotting and planning this whole thing out. So, just like you, I have a brand as well. Philly Dream Chasers. That stands for PDC. With my brand, I'm trying to give back to the community in different ways.
Okay.
I would say like with folks around like my age, you know what I mean, like teenagers and stuff like that, like everybody that's coming up. With that, with the community like in that area, I would try to like push like more like to try to talk about entrepreneurship. You know what I mean, things that we didn't learn about in school and stuff like that. Like,
for sure.
You know what I mean, speaking more about like finances and stuff like that, life insurance. You know what I mean, saving money and stuff important. Like that. Like because I have became like nowadays I'm around like them type of people. You know what I mean? I'm learning all that stuff, like stuff that I didn't know back in high school. You know what I mean? Like that goes back to what we was talking about earlier. You know what I mean? Like we don't learn this type of stuff in high school. You know what I mean? I felt like coming up, I was booming. 18, 19, I felt like I had it going on. You know what I mean? I had my first apartment, I had my car. You know what I mean? I was doing that, but I didn't know, how to handle my money. I didn't know like all the ins and outs. I was just willy nilly with it. You know what I mean? I was just like having at it. So like that was like a a step
but
back.
That was a lesson learned though.
Yeah, that was like a whole step back for me. So like I am like learning, I'm going right now like to try to get my life insurance my license for it. I'm trying to get my license for it. So with that I'm learning about all type of finances, annuities, and what I mean, how to save money, how to help people, what I mean, all that type of stuff, retirement planning, life, different type of life insurance policies and stuff like that. Life insurance is different nowadays. You know what I mean? It's not like, I know when people think life insurance, they think death. You know what I mean? It's not death. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, like with the new life insurance, you can actually invest and save. You know what I mean? Like you can use that as like your own personal bank. It's like it's different nowadays. Like, but I ain't gonna get into that. That's
I'm about to say, tell me more, brother.
I ain't gonna get into that.
Tell me
That's
more.
a whole other conversation. But outside of that, I'm also big on the youth. I'm also big with the youth. So right now, I do have my business with the youth right now, and it's called Cool Kids. And I'm doing like tutoring sessions every Sunday. Like for the kids. Right now I do have 6 kids. So like I work with like
impressive. Young man.
grades, yeah,
Yeah.
grades like K through 6. You know what I mean? I only help out. I do tutor for math and reading. So
Okay.
that's a way I am trying, give back.
Yo, I
Be
noticed.
there for the youth. You know what I mean? Because that's the fate. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
our future. So
I know this might be a weird
in
question,
a way.
but just the other day, my friends was talking, and they were like, they were helping their little cousin with their homework,
Mhm.
and it was math or whatever, and they're like, "Yo, why is this math totally different from the math I learned back in back in the day?" So what's going on? What's going on with that?
Word,
Are you dealing with that too when you tutor?
I'm dealing with that when I'm tutoring.
Like, what's going on? What type of
dealing
time is
with
the
that.
education system?
What
on?
type of time
Explain
is it on, bro? And I really can't explain it.
Oh, well, okay.
I really can't explain
We'll be
it.
back to explain that, but like,
But-
what's going on?
But like the school system is different nowadays. I feel
It's
like
different.
I feel like after COVID,
Mhm.
so I got this one kid, and like he's in 2nd grade, and I'm being told that these kids is like basically like they got a screen in front of their face, and the screen is reading them their stories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like reading them like the book, like
The
what?
screen. All
Are
day?
you serious, bro?
Yeah, that's not.
Around that grade, you supposed to have the book physically in your hand, trying to read them words yourself.
Yeah.
That's what you know what I mean? Like not the screen
I
reading to
don't
you.
like that type of time.
You know what I mean? Not the screen reading to you. But I just jumped off topic. But yeah, like I don't know, like it definitely is like it's different. Like they doing a lot of different things in school now. Like a whole lot. That's why the kids not learning.
We
That's
shall
why
get
I
to the
know.
bottom of it, guys.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm really into it.
Figure out what type of time they have.
I'm really
I
into
don't
it.
know.
Cause I know I struggled back then. I struggled back then.
Right.
And like we had the world, you know what I mean?
I'm saying.
And I struggled, so I know nowadays like kids is like really like going through it with
Yeah.
how everything changed, especially with all these Zoom calls they had, like when COVID was going on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It changed a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it
Adjusting
really
and
did
everything is
change a
crazy.
lot.
I bet.
Yeah, like, and you gotta have patience. And I feel like working with kids, I've been working with kids since like I graduated school 2016,
Word.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. So it's
It's been a minute.
it's been almost 6 to 7 years since I've been working with kids.
I love it.
So like,
I love it.
yeah, so like,
All right. Yes, definitely giving back to community with like the youth,
for sure.
which is important.
Yeah.
The youth is definitely the future, like you said before. I love it.
With all that being said, PDC and BOT
Yeah,
it is a work in progress.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Look
This
out for
was
us,
just-
guys, and we're looking out for y'all. Hopefully,
To
we can
connect.
collab
Yes,
and
yes, for
make
sure.
something great happen in this
For sure.
in the city. You know what I mean?
Yep. And this was just our introduction, like to tell about what we got coming, going on, and stuff like that.
Definitely.
This is WTT. Check us out. You mean he's gonna have his own.
I'm actually going to come out with my own podcast, guys.
Yes,
It's
sir.
Better Off Thinking podcast, the Better Off Thinking experience.
Yes.
We're still working on the names, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is indeed on the way. On the
Yes,
way.
sir. Same here. I'm gonna have my own podcast for PDC, but you can always see us together on WTT. Always check us out. You mean?
For sure.
But with that being said, subscribe, follow us. You mean? Peace out.
Go motivate, get money, motivate,